But with this Super Trainer, the Flash is just an amazing shoe. Like, I think it outshines. So shoe comparison we've got for you guys today, Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2 up against its little brother, so the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Flash 2. So yeah, we've got the premium marathon race day shoe up against the up-tempo high performance training shoe, or what we call these days is the Super Trainer. Right, so before we get into it, now is a great time, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. So quick specs up on your screen right now, and as you can see there, the lighter package by an ounce is certainly the Pro 2. So does that make any difference on the foot? Yes, it does. So the Pro 2 definitely feels like the lighter shoe. However, 8.6 ounces is not heavy by any means for a training shoe. So it still feels like a really light shoe in the Flash as well. And there's a bit of a jump there in the prices as well. So obviously premium race day shoe, you're paying the extra bucks for that. So it's quite a substantial amount. So this one, $360. So that's probably on about par with most of the race day shoes out there these days. And Super Trainer prices for the Flash 2, so $280. It's probably in that mid-level range for your Super Trainers. Stack heights wise, so stack height 38 here, and we've got 35, so slightly bigger stack in the Pro. But remember, the stack heights where they're measuring these shoes is very different to what actually happens within the shoe. So both these shoes for the Pro 2 certainly measures well over 50 millimeters in the rear of the shoe, and it's definitely well over 40 millimeters in the Flash, in the middle of the shoe, where the gut to the midsole is. And in our uppers here, both engineered mesh, and both these shoes, when you look at them, look very, very similar. However, the mesh and the materials that they're using is very different. So in the Flash, I'll talk about that one. So they're using cheaper, it's a cheaper mesh. It definitely doesn't feel as premium as this one. However, breathability is excellent in the Flash 2, and it's actually more breathable than what you're gonna find in the Pro 2. But it's a more premium material here, and then you're just gonna get the breathing holes. I've just got the breathing holes through certain vents placed on the shoe. But yeah, breathability, I'm definitely giving it to the Flash. Padding wise, totally stripped down here in the Pro 2. The only padding is these two pads on the inside of the heel counter. We've got a little bit of padding, or very minimal padding, around the heel counter here and up around on the edges of the Flash. Now heel counters, very different. So super flimsy heel counter here in the Pro, no structure whatsoever. And we've got a pretty structured heel counter here that you're gonna find in the Flash. So tongues are both not gusseted, tongues are exactly the same, no change. The laces they're using in both shoes are exactly the same. However, you've got the opportunity, they've got the extra eyelet in the Flash to do the runner's knot, and you don't have the opportunity to do that in the Pro 2. In the fit, so the bigger fit is definitely in the Pro 2. It's a more accommodating fit. It's slightly longer, and it's definitely got the wider toe box. It's a very snug fit in the Flash 2. Both, I think, true to size. However, the more comfortable fit is this one. If you've got a wider foot and you don't really like a snug foot, definitely consider going half a size up in the Flash 2. So in the midsoles here, they are sharing some similarities. So they both use the Mizuno Energy Light Plus. So that is their premium foam, really light, responsive, spongy, bouncy. So that's the top layer on both shoes, as you can see. So this nice top layer. So Mizuno Energy Light Plus. Now under that, this is where the shoes start changing. So you've got a glass fiber infused wave plate in the Flash 2, and you can see that's giving the shoe rigidity, but as you can see there, the shoe's still got some flex. So a little bit of flexibility in that shoe. Now when you compare that to the Pro 2, it's got a carbon infused wave plate, and it is very, very stiff. So it's a big difference in the rigidity of the shoes there. Now the bottom layer of the foams is also different. So they're using in the Pro the Mizuno Energy Light. So that material, I think it might be a TPU material, but it's actually very similar. You can see the pellets in it and so forth. So it's very similar to that Power Run PB that Saucony use. And what we've got here is just Mizuno Energy for the bottom layer. So I think, again, it might be a TPU, but it certainly feels a bit EVA-ish as well. But this one is surprisingly soft as well. The bottom layer on the Pro actually feels quite responsive and sort of pushes your hands out. It feels firmer than the foam that they're using in the Flash. And in our geometries here, so both wacky geometries, but both sharing the same DNA. So this one is really extreme. As you can see there, if you don't know already, we've got no heel bevel here, and then it gets really fat in the middle of the shoe, right back here, and then we've got a really steep pitch forward, and then it sort of flattens out, and you've got a 4-foot rocker. So really aggressive rockered shoe in this one, a really aggressive pitched shoe. Now in the Rebellion Flash 2, sorry, so in the Flash 2, we've got the same, so it does feel like it's got that, most of the midsole is in this big fat chunk. It's got a little bit of a heel bevel, not as aggressive as this one. There's not as much pitch as you're in the shoe, but the 4-foot rocker here actually starts further back and it's more rounded. So it's certainly a lot more friendly and it doesn't feel like it's flattening out in the 4-foot of the foot strike. Right, and in our outsoles here, so fairly different outsoles, even though they may look the same from there. But G3 rubber that they use in the Pro 2, they've got these really aggressive little nodules on it, little diamonds and so forth, but really sticky, really grippy, gives you a lot of confidence when you're racing. Really nice outsole, this one. Nice big decouple groove there, and you can see the exposed plate there, and that just collapses and absolutely complements the ride in this shoe. In our Flash 2, they've got blown rubber, so it's much more flat, much more forgiving. It looks a bit more traditional, this rubber. Little bits of exposed foam, as you can see there. Still does a great job, so it's still really grippy. It's more durable than the G3, and they've also got, it also shares the same big decouple groove where you can see the exposed wave plate through the bottom. I think both these outsoles complements the ride. They don't feel slappy whatsoever, so both these outsoles are excellent. That's right, so now onto the rides and performance. So if you've seen any of my other reviews on the Pro 2, so this shoe is bouncy, responsive, poppy. It's explosive and it's got lots of wow factor. As soon as you put this shoe on, it's like, wow, what is going on here? So as it works, so you've got a big heel bevel here. As you come through, where the magic happens is your shoe. No matter where you strike, it tries to get you on the sweet spot of the shoe, and that's where all this foam is. So you come forward and you compress that foam down, and then you've got this really aggressive pitch forward. You come forward onto the pitch, then that foam decompresses, and then it springs you up and onto that 4-foot rocker, and that's how you get your propulsion in this shoe. So really aggressive, super poppy, super bouncy, super fast. So really amazing experience in this shoe. Now on to the Flash 2. So what I can say, it's the same but different. So it's just toned down. Is it bouncy? Is it poppy? Is it responsive? Yes. All of the above. However, it's just toned down. So you just don't have that super aggressive pitch in this one to fly forward. However, the ride in this shoe is far more enjoyable, and I think more people will get along with this ride. It's far more friendly. This ride feels closer to the Pro 1 than it does the Pro 2, and I think that's just because of this friendly 4-foot rocker. So it doesn't have that flat spot. So in this shoe, when you compress the foam and you come down on the pitch, it feels like it flattens out and then goes on the rocker. Whereas this shoe, you come forward and you compress all that foam. You don't hit a flat spot because it's just got a nice roll forward and it keeps you going. So on that, I think this shoe is far more versatile, so you can it's far more comfortable to jog in, and it's far more comfortable to get up to that really top speed. It's probably harder to lock into your paces in this shoe, and that's why I think when they've fixed the geometry up in this shoe from the Pro 1, they've flattened this out because this one is easy to lock into a pace once you're set at that pace. And when comparing the ride, so stability wise, the Flash is the more stable shoe. The softer shoe underfoot, it feels like the Pro is the softer foot. That's only because I think it's got more stack to compress. When you actually squeeze them side by side, they pretty much feel the same. Comfort wise, so comfort of the ride. So this is the more comfortable ride because this one feels like it's changing your mechanics far more than this ride. However, comfort of the uppers, I think the bigger fit of the Pro 2 is definitely the more comfortable fitting upper. However, the more comfortable ride is the Flash. What's the more responsive ride? I think it's about a tie. So this probably feels more responsive because it's so pitched. However, I think the rocker in this one is that rounded rocker gives this shoe just as much responsiveness as the Pro. Bounce wise, I think the Pro feels bouncier. It's only because it's just got more midfield stack under the midfoot there. Versatility, so the Flash is certainly the more versatile shoe in my opinion. And durability, the Flash 2 is also the more durable shoe. Right, just to wrap it up, I don't think there hasn't been a more perfect pairing for a race day shoe and a super trainer. Like the only thing that comes to mind is back the original Saucony Endorphin Speed in the Pro, but the Speed was far better than the Pro. But it's got that feel about it, like these two are very much married together. But with this super trainer, the Flash is just an amazing shoe. Like I think it outshines this shoe, and that's hard to do in many ways. So it probably feels in ride, it probably feels more like the Pro one, and it can certainly pair well with the Pro one as well. All right, so that's just about it from me, guys. Keen to hear your thoughts here. Big price difference. If you only had to buy one, which one would you buy? Would you go for the Flash 2, nice and versatile, and you can race in it? Or are you just going to go for the premium race day option? Keen to hear your thoughts there. Also, any questions regarding these two shoes and anything else I've got there, please drop them in the comments below. Really like to read those. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.